Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking NFL, Bengals, and Colts. Now through October 19th, we've got a promo code UPSET if you want to save 15% off anything on picksandparlays.net. The Colts are favored in this one, -8. The total is 46.5. We got Craig Trapp joining us to talk this Bengals matchup. The Bengals coming off a loss to the Ravens, 27-3, where backdoor Burrow didn't do it. He didn't ring the doorbell this time. They got blown out. Colts coming off a loss to the Browns, 32-23. Craig, what do you got on this game? Initial leanings.
Well, when you first look at the line, I actually thought it was a little low. Maybe it was because the Colts defense that had been so good was not good against Cleveland. But, after, you saw the Bengals struggle in the early games on the early matchups on Sunday, I thought, even if the Colts struggled, I still thought the Colts would be favored by double digits here. This Colts team is just much more talented than Cincinnati, and maybe Cincinnati gets to that point later this year or even early next year. But I just think we're just at two different points of development when it comes to quarterbacks, when it comes to the defense, when it comes to just the overall team. And so I was definitely surprised that this line was as low as it was.
Well, this is the first time that the Bengals, I think, didn't have a semblance of an offense in their games, because usually at least Joe Burrow moves the chains a little bit, but obviously you see the score there, 27-3, couldn't even get a touchdown. And then you've got Phillip Rivers on the other end, which if you bet on the Colts, I'm sure you were very frustrated watching that game. Rivers had 2 interceptions, including a pick six and a safety. So it's hard to trust a team when you have a quarterback like that. But again, the Colts are a pretty good team on paper.
Well, the problem with the Colts is Phillip Rivers. He's been what we've seen the last, 5-6 years, where he'll have some great moments, but man, when you need him the most, it's been the turnovers. And so that's why I stayed away from the side in this game, because the Bengals can't protect Joe Burrow. I mean, he's been hit more than pretty much any quarterback in the league this year, and then sacked a million times on top of it. And it's almost like he's a little gun shy, which, heck, you can't blame the guy for as many hits as he took in the Baltimore game and also in the Jacksonville game the game before. So, with the great defense coming in, I think you have to look at the under here. I just think the Bengals defense actually was pretty good. I think they allowed points in the first 3 possessions last week, but then the only other touchdown they gave up was that fumble that was returned for a touchdown. So I like the under here. I just think it's going to be points will be at a premium with that really good Colts defense. And I think Cincinnati defense is finally starting to maybe pick it up a little bit. I think it's an under game. If I had to take a side, I probably would take the Colts minus the points here. I just think Joe Burrow and company is not going to be able to protect himself.
The fact that Joe Burrow has been sacked the most in the NFL when Deshaun Watson is in the league with that offensive line at Houston, that says how bad the offensive line is with the Bengals there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's been a lot of sacks given up in the league this year. So for Joe Burrow, and let's be honest, he's been hit just as many times, if not more, than what he's been sacked, where he's saw the sack coming and got rid of it. So to me, this is just a problem, and you don't fix offensive line issues in the middle of the season. Cincinnati's got a problem. You're not going to be able to address that till the offseason.
Right, and especially against this Colts defense that was supposed to be good, even though they did give up 32 points last week. That's going to wrap it up for NFL Talk here on Picks and Parlays. Good stuff from Craig Trapp. Craig, thanks for joining us.